Our job as a press office and as an administration is to give you the best information that we have available to us, the most accurate information in a timely fashion. Sometimes the dynamics are fluid in any given situation. You mentioned some personnel matters. Facts and circumstances changed. We continue to give you guys the best information that we can as quickly as possible. With respect to that interview, I will say the president strongly, clearly, and has consistently denied these underlying claims, and the only person who's been inconsistent is the one making the claims. Please work with the press office to secure tickets if you haven't already. I'm not going to get into what the president may or may not have seen. I'll just say that he's consistently denied these allegations. Joined at the hip with UK on this matter. Well, the president doesn't believe that any of the claims that Ms. Daniels made last night in the interview are accurate.
He doesn't believe she was threatened?
No, he does not.
What's his basis for that, Raj?
Sorry?
What's his basis for that?
Well, he just doesn't believe that, there's nothing to corroborate her claim.
And Raj, did he have dinner with Michael Cohen at Mar-a-Lago on Saturday?
Yeah, I believe he did.
Can you
Cecilia.
give us a readout of that?
I don't have any additional information on it.
So if he doesn't believe...
By saying that the United States is deeply saddened. Our relationship with Russia is frankly up to the Russian government and up to Vladimir Putin and others in senior leadership in Russia. We want to have a cooperative relationship. The president wants to work with Russia, but their actions sometimes don't allow that to happen. The poisoning in the UK that has kind of led to today's announcement was a very brazen action. It was a reckless action. Recent success in meeting NATO's defense. Well, he raised a number of issues, and we did secure with Putin on that call some positive interaction when it comes to nuclear arms. So there were certainly positive developments from that call, and the president will continue diplomacy with Russia and with Putin. But this action by the president is very clear. We're very heartened that it comes in conjunction with over a dozen allies, both in NATO and EU. Actions like this take time, and we coordinated with, again, over a dozen allies who wanted this to be a joint effort in which the United States is joining both the European Union and NATO allies.
What's his basis for that, Raj?
Well, the United States has issued sanctions on key Russian oligarchs in response to the meddling in the 2016 election. So I wouldn't close any doors, or I wouldn't preclude any potential action, but the president doesn't telegraph his moves. Well, look, the president does respect everyone's First Amendment right and wants their voices to be heard. As you mentioned, there were actions that he signed into law on Friday in the omnibus bill. They included over $2 billion in new funding for school safety. He signed into law the Stop School Violence Act, which was actually a priority of the Sandy Hook Promise organization, and the Fix NICS bill, the background check portion that you mentioned. Also on Friday, the Department of Justice announced a new rule which effectively banned the sale of bump stock devices. The president is a strong believer in the Second Amendment, but he does believe other measures could potentially be taken both at the federal and also the state level to improve school safety.